Councilman Charles Barron has been a community activist for 25 years. Today he stands next to us in yet another fight for justice. Ladies and gentlemen, Council Member Charles Barron.
Whose schools? Whose schools? Whose children? Whose money? My brothers and sisters, I want to come to you today to say this is why. This is why we must fight against mayoral control of our schools. End mayoral control of our schools. We end mayoral control now. 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 Let me tell you what this old rich billionaire is trying to do. They set up our schools for failure. They don't give you adequate computers. They don't give you no science lab. They don't hook up your libraries. They don't give the teachers enough money. They don't take care of our parents and make our parents more empowered. And then they come around and say, guess what? You got a D. And we got to close you down. Well, let me tell you something. They need to close down the Tweed building. That's where the D is. That's where the D is. That's where the D is. This is their plan. Now, I don't have no problems with people who like charter schools. Some charter schools are good. Some charter schools are bad. But don't come into our buildings, and set us up for failure so that you can put your charter schools in here and then pit us against charter schools. You want to build some charter schools, then go buy your own building and put the charter schools in your own building. I'm telling you, listen up. This is a plan. This is a plan for a rich mayor to privatize public schools. They don't want no more public schools. They want to turn public schools into private schools. And then they try to tell you, well, charter schools give parental choice. Let me tell you something. You don't choose the charter school. The charter school chooses you. And so, if the charter school doesn't want your child, all they have to do is say no. The charter school chooses you. The public school has to take your children from this area. Let's keep our public schools open. Shut down the Tweed building. You want to shut something down. And let me tell you something else, because I got an attitude. They get on my last nerve. They are lucky. If they keep messing with us, they're lucky we're rallying up here in Brownsville. The next move, we should go down and take over the Tweed building and let them know that we're not going to stay in the neighborhood. We're going to bring this, because I got 2 schools in my district. There's schools in Harlem. There's schools all over the city where they're coming into black and Latino low-income neighborhoods. They don't do this in the white neighborhoods. They're coming in our neighborhoods and making sure that they shut our schools down. Well, we need to organize something huge and take it down to mayor's office, to the Tweed building. This is a mayor who wants 4 more years. Let me tell you what they did to schooling. They're not teaching us science. They're not teaching us about computers. They're not teaching us about history, and they're not teaching us and put emphasis on leadership and economics and development and all those rounded things. They want you to pass tests. Pass tests. They turned our schools into test-taking mills. Every time you turn around, test prep. Test prep. And then they tell all the principals, you don't get those scores up. If you don't get those scores up, you're going to be shut down. So they got everybody test, test, test. And then they start teaching to the test. And then they have some people in some other areas, not this school, cheat. They even got people cheating so that they can pass tests. Because the only thing that test scores do, test scores make the mayor look good. And he just wants you to pass tests so he can say he did a good job. But let me tell you a statistic. 52%, only 52% of our children are graduating. That means 48% aren't graduating. The mayor and the chancellor is a failure. So whose school